This is Tony Lenz, Stine corn agronomist, and today we're at a plot where we've already done the emergence flag study and saw some really interesting results out here on the MX treatment trial, and then also looking at the base treatment. So what we want to look at here is take an MX 442-20 with the base, and we're going to run 5 other treatments. And so what we want to do today is dig up plants, and we're going to look at how the root structure looks on those and how the plant growth is, and see if we see any differences early on in this year. Right now we should be at that second collar stage. So this field was planted on good old Friday the 13th of May, and today is June 2nd. So we've had some really good growth on this plot, and now we're going to come out here and kind of open up and look at that plant underground. Just kind of remember on a plant, we're at the V2 collar right now, usually V3 to V4 before this plant has quit living on its seminal roots of the main seed, and it's going to start living on its nodal roots and start living off the soil. So this plant's been living off of itself and off that seed up till now. And so now we should see some really good growth coming here pretty quickly once we hit that V3 to V4 stage. So as you can see out here, we have our different treatments out here, and we did our flag study test. So we went along, and there's all of our different treatments that we have out here. So what we're going to do is we're going to come along now, get a nice shovel wise that we can dig down around a plant. And we want to go nicely around that plant so we make it wide enough so we do not disturb any of those small roots that are coming off from that corn plant. So we want to dig up a kind of a massive amount of dirt with that seed, and then we will take it back and we will clean that off in a bucket of water and get all the dirt off of that so we can really examine those roots a little closer. So have a nice small spade with you. As you can see how I lined it up there, kind of get out a nice width from that. As you see here, we have 2 collar corn. So again, this is really nice to go ahead and take a look at this treatment trial and see if we can see any differences out here. So now we had a chance to go out and dig up these plants that we were talking about in this treatment trial, as we showed previously in that picture. And now we went ahead and I dug around each plant like we were showing to stay out of ways, and then tried to hold the dirt together where we knocked away some of the loose stuff, as you see on here, of the 6 different product-wise. On my left is going to be the base product of 442-20, and we go down to treatment 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So what we'll do is now we tried to crumble off the dirt that would fall off easy. Now we're going to go ahead with a bucket of water that we have here. We're going to go ahead and rinse each one of these plants and get the dirt off of there and get those roots cleaned up nicely. We'll go ahead in the water there, and then what we want to do is come up on this whiteboard that we have here now. Is we're going to go ahead and put each treatment down. I already went ahead and made some notes on the board, and again, you gotta remember I'm a left-hander, and everybody that knows me, my handwriting is not that great, but my point here is so it gives you some documentation. So again, we went ahead and put on, we're by Holstein, Iowa, about 50 miles west of Sioux City, Iowa. And then we went ahead and put each treatment on there, and then we'll show you the plants after we've had a chance to clean them and take a look and access getting that dirt off of there and cleaning them up. So now we've had a chance to clean each one of these root systems, and went ahead and in the pail again in the water and rinsed them off, and then we let them dry a little bit so you can see that. It's a warm day, so these plants are shriveling up pretty fast, so you kind of got to get your video and your pictures pretty quickly. But what I did is I laid them, what I consider that dark red line there, number 12 going across the middle, is what I'm going to call the soil line. So I wanted to lay it there, each one right where the plant would have been, right at the soil line. And so what it does is give you a chance to look at each treatment across the top to see how much plant growth we had on above ground. And then the big thing is what kind of root development did we have below ground. And at the bottom, I listed each treatment that we had, the base treatment that we put on 442-20 that we currently sell, and then the different treatments. So you can go across there. Number 2 treatment, we added our base on MX 442-20 and added some more insecticide. You can see that root system, seems pretty aggressive. And then we go to number 3 treatment, which is a base plus a nematicide. Last year, we really seen some interesting stuff with the nematicide. So I think it's interesting to see that. And I would tell you on each one of these, if we're going to learn anything, look a little bit at the root hairs and see if we see any more root hairs on some of these that we might see on another one, and then just overall root mass. Number 4 treatment is going to be a base plus a biostimulant that we wanted to take a look at. Number 5, we have the base treatment with a micronutrient package that we tried. And then the 6th treatment is where we went ahead and added everything to that product. So again, you can use this board to look at evaluation of all different size plants. Today, I just wanted to get a video out to show early season on these corn plants. And again, you can do this at any stage. Go out and dig up the plant, put it on this board and go ahead and look at how you can evaluate it. But this plot was really good to be able to have all the treatments out here. We were able to do the flag study test. It really showed each one of these was very aggressive out of the ground in the first 2 days. And that's really what you're trying to do in this flag study, is see how many pink and yellow flags you can put out there. And every one of these scored very well. Out of a planting rate of 36,000 on the first 2 days, every one of these was 30,000 to 35,000 on the first 2 days. So again, very aggressive. But again, this is a great way to use this board and to lay that out there and take a look at each one of the different treatments, or if you want to compare two different hybrids on how they emerge or see the root systems from one company to the next.